All right, Virgo. Here's the energy coming through. Wow. So, the Two of Cups. This is all about the bonding of two people. And this could have to do with a romantic relationship. Now, being the signifier, to me, this is saying this has to do with relationships in your life. So we shall see how this goes. And in the past, the Tower. So the Tower is all about having your limiting thoughts and beliefs come crashing down. What you have built in your life was false. You have built it on a false foundation and it's going to come crashing down, but this is leaving room for you to rebuild something so much better than what you had before. And we will see if this has to do with a past relationship or if being in the past, you've already realized this and are now starting to build something better. In the present, yep, I would say so. So the Ten of Pentacles is like absolute financial security. And this is about looking to the future to see what you can do now. So it's like you've realized in the past that the way that you thought, the people that you had in your life, your old beliefs were not serving you. And you're rebuilding something so much better. And here again, you're looking to the future to see what you can do now with what you have and what you understand. And again, the Two of Cups, it's like there's a relationship involved. And in the present, wow. So the Ace of Swords, this is all about the clarity of thought and new opportunities opening up for you to do something better. And I really think that, in the past, you realize that, you may have had some shit in your life, but you're doing what you can to make things better. And here it's like, yeah, I understand that. And here there's really great opportunities opening up. And again, it's like, it has to do with the bonding between two people. The best path to follow. Oh, wow. So the Six of Cups is nostalgia. This is about looking at the past and remembering the security of childhood, restoring harmony in your life. But it can also suggest someone from the past coming through. And underneath that too, I have to wonder if maybe some of you don't have somebody from the past coming through, and it may have to do with a relationship with that person. But overall, being the best path to follow, this is all about restoring harmony in your life and looking at past events in a better light. The influences around you, very nice, very, very nice. So the Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean monetary wealth. This could be giving and receiving advice, a shoulder to cry on. But it's like you're understanding the power of giving and receiving. Because by giving, we understand that we receive as well. And look at the sixes. So I'm still wondering, I have to wonder if there's somebody from the past that's coming through. Your hopes and your fears. So we've seen the Three of Wands and here's the Two of Wands. So here it's still showing that you are taking the action that you need to fix this here. The Two of Wands connects back to the Magician. So we can sit and think about doing something great in our lives all we want, but if we don't take the action, it can never manifest. So in the Two of Wands, you are taking the action that's needed to create better things in your life. And this also could have to do with a creative or romantic partnership. But regardless, you are doing what you need to bring harmony back into your life. There's this fantastic opportunity opening up for you. And your clarity of thought is like right on, which is perfect. You're not overthinking. You're not thinking too harshly about yourselves. You're clear on what it is that you want. And I think that what you guys are wanting is an emotionally bonding relationship. And here, again, you're restoring harmony, but it could suggest someone from the past coming through. It is a possibility. And here, you're understanding the importance of giving and receiving. This is fantastic. So even though this was in your past, you're on a beautiful track here of taking the action that you need to fix that. And your outcome? Well, so the Page of Swords. This is about messages coming through. And the Page of Swords is about being courageous. He is asking you to charge forward, to not worry about the obstacles in your path. Now, as a person, this could be somebody who is young-minded and is very courageous and just charging forward. So, you know, and looking at the Six of Cups and being the card of nostalgia and looking at, you know, your past and specifically, you know, your childhood and friends from your childhood. And here's this Page of Swords, you know, the Page of Swords is looked at as the childlike mentality. And this could be an air sign. So, you know, I'm wondering if you guys are receiving the messages that are coming through of this opportunity to take the action that's needed to have this fulfilling relationship, this emotionally fulfilling relationship in your life. But you have such beautiful things around you. But I do think that you have something opening up for you that is going to create a very beautiful relationship in your life. So I'm very glad to see this for Virgo. You are very clear on your thought right now, and you're not thinking too harshly about yourselves, and that's fantastic. And you are on such a beautiful track here, and you're definitely taking the action to manifest the things that you want to see in your lives. And I think some of you are focused on wanting an emotionally fulfilling relationship. And I think that there may be an opportunity with somebody from the past. But regardless, you guys have such beauty around you, and you are understanding what it means to give and to receive. So the Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving. And this is nice to see as the signifier because, you know, through giving, we also receive. And in the past, so the Seven of Pentacles is like reevaluating what you have. It's like looking at what you've started and thinking about, you know, what can I do to make this grow? Or what can I do to change this? And I'm wondering, you know, if there is some financial situation where you're like reevaluating what you have right now. But regardless, it's like you're carrying this feeling of giving and receiving. And in the present, yeah, wow. So reevaluating a situation with the Magician underneath, it's, you know, it makes sense. So the Magician, this is a very powerful card. When you look at him, you see the sign of infinity above his head. He has all the suits on his work table, and he is pointing to the heavens and the earth, suggesting as above, so below. So before we actually manifest anything great in our life, it starts with the power of thought. Pulling from the divine source and using that to manifest something in your life. So whatever it is that you're reevaluating here, I mean, you know, with the giving and the receiving, it's like this is a beautiful atmosphere to have. And The Magician is like, yeah, we're going to do something big. You're not just reevaluating to take a risk. You're reevaluating to make things good in your life. And future conditions, yeah, see, this to me is like, you know, you guys think too much. And you have a tendency to think too harshly about yourselves as well. The Ten of Swords, this is all about accepting the end of a situation. It is the end. You are being released from a harmful arrangement, an agreement, or a relationship. It is done. It is done and it's over with. There's nothing you can do. It may be abrupt, but it is over with. And, you know, again, 10 being the end of the journey. But here it's like, you know, that's all right, because the Magician above this is saying, whatever ended, it may feel painful, but you are in the process of creating something different and so much better in your life. So, you know, here there's a situation that is clearly over with, and there's the reevaluation of it, and you're like, no, I want something better. The best path to follow. So yeah, you know, once again, I feel like you guys are wanting something better when it comes to emotional fulfillment in your life. The Lovers, this is all about putting love first in your life. This is, you know, the relationship, the yin and the yang, the male and the female, the duality. But, you know, as the best path to follow, this is telling you that you need to put love first in your life. So, you know, whatever painful things that may have gone on before, it's over with. It's over and it's done with. You have an opportunity to create something so much better in your life. And I really think that love is involved. And then when you have the Six of Pentacles on top, you're carrying that feeling of giving and receiving. The influences around you. Okay. So, I love this card for Virgo because you guys are an earth sign. And this very much represents the best of you. You guys are so in tune with yourselves and your surroundings, and you can see the beauty of everything that is around you. And you're open. And, you know, but here in the influences around you, I feel like, especially with the Lovers right here, that, you know, you may have somebody in your environment who is very open and very giving and very in tune with themselves and their surroundings. You know, and it could also mean that you're learning to love yourself as well. Your hopes and your fears. So I like this for you guys because of you having a tendency to think too much. The Six of Swords is saying that you are in the process of moving away from conflict. You can see the shore. You're not quite there yet. The swords may still be in front of you, but you are moving away from conflicting situations, and you're done with it. And you're on such a beautiful track to create something so much better in your life. So something clearly has ended, and you are doing what you need to do to move away from it. You're putting love first in your life, and it could have to do with another earth sign. But it could also be you loving yourselves again, which, you know, I like that too, especially with the Magician here. Your outcome. That is beautiful. So the Ten of Cups, oh my God, this is fantastic. I love this reading. The Ten of Cups is like one of the best cards that you can have in a reading. This is suggesting complete emotional fulfillment. Good family, good friends, loved ones in your life, enjoying the things that you have that are surrounding you. I love it. I love it. It's like, you know, there may be a little bit of pain in the ending of something that was harmful to you for sure, but you're doing what you need to move away from it. You have this beautiful environment around you where there's the understanding of giving and receiving, you know, and you did what you had to reevaluate the situation and decided to create something better in your life. And you're putting love first. And there is the complete emotional fulfillment. Okay, so again, you know, the lovers, yes, could definitely signal that this is another person involved. And there is the emotional fulfillment. But I feel like more than anything that this has to do with you learning to love yourself again. And I love this reading because in the end, emotionally, you are fantastic. And you have beautiful people around you. And everything is great. So again, there's two ways to look at it. Because you have the lovers, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles here. You know, this could be a person in your environment. But I am feeling like this is you loving yourself again. And it's fantastic because in the end, you have absolute emotional fulfillment, which is perfect. Perfect. This is one of the best cards you can get. And you're keeping this in your atmosphere where you understand giving and receiving. And the Magician, hell yeah, create something fantastic in your lives because you deserve it.